Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Dustin Denson coming at you with my 2800th video. I was debating on what to do for this video. I wanted to do something kind of big. I wanted to go out the World Will Follow, go back out to Blue River Air Park. I wanted to do something real big with a bunch of other people that have YouTube channels. The end of it, I just couldn't get the amount of people together, so I decided, I was like, well, I'm just going to do another how to drive a stick shift video. I don't know what number lesson this is, but it'll be reflected when I upload it. As always, I'm parked at an angle like this right now. Since I'm parked at this angle, if I was parked at a flat surface, I would do the same thing. The parking brake is up, vehicle's in first gear. If I was parked at an angle like this, then parking brake would be up, vehicle would be in reverse. I don't use the transmission as a kickstand, but you can do that. In order to start any manual vehicle, you have to push the clutch pedal. If you don't, it doesn't start. Push the clutch pedal in, start it, and before letting off the clutch pedal, put it in neutral. No matter if it's in first or reverse or what, you got to put it in neutral before letting off the clutch pedal. Push the parking brake. If you're parked at an angle like this, obviously, or like this, push the brake pedal in before putting the parking brake down, otherwise you're going to start rolling. I got to back out of a parking spot right here, so put the vehicle in reverse. Push the clutch pedal in, put it in first, give a little bit of gas, we'll slowly off the clutch pedal to take off. Clutch pedal in second gear, clutch pedal in third gear. Anytime I want to shift, I push the clutch pedal in. I have seen videos where people don't do that. I will never try that nor recommend it. Second, third, neutral, clutch pedal in first gear, second, third. Now, there's several things I wanted to cover real quick. The first is when you want to slow down and or stop in a manual vehicle, there's several ways of doing that. First and most common is what I've been doing so far, which is putting the vehicle in neutral and then hitting the brake. Push the clutch pedal in, put it in neutral, hit the brake. Second, and a little bit more advanced, is to simultaneously push the clutch and the brake pedal in. Third, a little similar to the second, push the clutch pedal in, then push the brake pedal in. And then most advanced in my opinion, however, it's also my favorite, is to downshift. I can cover that here in a few minutes. But while I'm waiting on doing that, when you want to shift in a manual vehicle, you need to get used to certain things. This is a 2.3 liter 4-cylinder 5-speed, which means 0 to 10 miles an hour is first gear, 10 to 20 second gear, 20 to 30 is third gear, 34 is fourth gear, and then about 40 miles an hour is fifth gear. I had another stick shift prior to this one that was a 1.9 liter 4-cylinder 5-speed, and I was already in fifth gear by the time I hit 40 miles an hour in that one. You need to watch your RPMs. When I say that, I mean that in a manual vehicle, I was told all over the place. I was told multiple different perspectives on this. I was told to shift it right at 2,000 RPMs. I was told to shift it between 2,000 and 2,500. I was told to shift between 2,500 and 3,000. I go all over that. I shift no sooner than 2,000 and no later than 3,000 RPMs. However, in a manual vehicle, once you get good enough, you can skip gears. I'll cover that here in a little bit too. I was coasting for a minute. That's why I was in neutral. You can do that in a manual vehicle as well. You need to watch your RPMs. Downshift into third to slow down. Downshift into second. Slow down even more. Downshift into first. But I'm already up at the stop sign, so I'm stopping completely. I'm already in first gear, so just give a little bit of gas while letting out the clutch. Second. After a while, it just becomes second nature if you get good enough. You need to watch your RPMs. When you skip gears, though, your RPMs are going to go a little bit higher. It's okay. You're skipping gears. 2 ways I skip gears: first, second, fourth, fifth, or first, second, third, fifth. I don't go from first to third to fifth, even though I have done that for YouTube. I don't take off from second gear, even though I've done that for YouTube. I've done that a few more times than I've gone from first to third to fifth. I've taken off from second gear maybe 5 times in my entire life, but I've only known how to drive a stick shift for about 8 years. Third, slow down. Second, slow down by itself. Neutral, and hit the brake. Clutch pedal in first gear, so I can pull up a little bit. I'm at an intersection right now. First, second, speed all the way up to 30 miles an hour in second gear, and then shift directly into fourth, and there we go. That's how you skip gears. That's why you gotta watch. You gotta get used to the speeds in which you can go in each gear. That's why I said 0 to 10 is first gear, 10 to 20 second gear, and so on and so forth. And also, you gotta get used to watching your RPMs. But after a while, it may sound more complicated, and it sounds more complicated than it actually is. And I don't know about any of you guys that may see this video, but I'm more of a hands-on learner. I actually didn't know how to drive a stick shift till I got in one. I watched a bunch of YouTube content, and that's one reason why I keep this series going, is because it's kind of near and dear to me, where I learned how to drive a stick shift primarily through watching YouTube videos, and that's why I do this for my channel. But also, it sounds more complicated than it actually is. I'm more of a hands-on learner, so it was when I was watching all these videos, I'm like, man, this sounds so complicated. But then when I got in one and started just putting all these things to practice, I was like, oh, this is not bad at all. That's why it sounds a lot more complicated than it actually is. Once you get used to it, it's second nature. To the point where I'm able to make these videos while driving a stick shift to show everyone how to do it. I've not gotten into 5th gear yet, but that is coming. Something else I wanted to say. In this vehicle, like I said, it's a 2.3 liter. When I'm in 5th gear on the interstate doing a 70 mile an hour, I'm above 3,000 RPMs. I can't shift any higher though. I just have to deal with it. It's just how it's designed. However, I did test drive a while back. A friend of mine let me test drive a V8. I think it was a Hemi. I'm pretty sure it was a Hemi. I don't know. It was a Dodge Challenger, and he let me test drive it. I'll be honest, that was a very intimidating vehicle to be in. I did not feel comfortable in that. Its speeds in the different gears and its RPMs is a little bit different than I'm used to, because every vehicle I've ever owned that has been a stick shift, I had another vehicle. My first ever stick shift was a 99 Honda Accord, and it was a 2.3 liter 4-cylinder 5-speed, if I'm not mistaken. My next vehicle was a 02 Honda Civic, and it was the 1.9 liter 4-cylinder 5-speed, and this is a 2.3 liter 4-cylinder 5-speed. So to be in something that was a V8 Hemi and a 5-speed, I felt somewhat intimidated, and I didn't feel comfortable driving that. So my buddy took over and drove us back. But it was a little bit different because it was a bigger engine. I've already gone from 2nd to 4th, skipping gears. So this time, I'll go from 3rd to 5th. And I'll speed all the way up to 40 miles an hour in 3rd gear, and just directly into 5th. When I skip gears, that's how I do it. 1st, 2nd, 4th, 5th, or 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 5th. And all I do is from when I shift into 2nd gear at about 11 miles an hour, I speed all the way up to 30 to 31 miles an hour, and then shift directly into 4th. There, I was in 3rd gear, sped all the way up from about 20 miles an hour, 21 miles an hour, all the way up to about 30 or 31 miles an hour. Or I'm sorry, 40 to 41 miles an hour, and then shift directly into fifth. I don't do that very often. I do that sometimes, but most of the time, for the same reason that I have seen videos where people don't use the clutch pedal to shift. They say if you do it just right and you time it just right, you don't have to use the clutch pedal. For the same reason I use the clutch pedal, and I will always recommend using the clutch pedal to shift, I don't skip gears very often, because you have a clutch pedal and you have all these gears, however many gears are in your manual or stick shift vehicle, for a reason. Use them. The reason I said manual and stick shift is because there's a standard stick shift, which is what this is, and there's also manual in terms of paddle shifters. You have paddle shifters in vehicles now too. And you also have it where certain vehicles have it on automatic on one side and stick shift on the other, or manual on the other side, but it's not a typical stick shift where it's you like slap it down or something, or push it down to downshift, or push it up to upshift. You know, so there's all the different types of vehicles. I myself prefer a standard stick shift, and that's why every vehicle I've ever owned for the last 8 years has been a stick shift. Put it in neutral because I'm gonna turn here. Because honestly, I think we're nearing the end. Before I sign off, as always, thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. I'm gonna just keep posting content as consistently as I can, as much as I can, trying to get my channel to grow. Thank you very much. Stay safe. I will talk to everyone very soon.